I'm just so emotional. Like, I caught up with 86, the anime, to episode 10 that is currently out, and, like, I was just rewatching the episodes again, and the episodes honestly hit me harder the second time watching it than the first time. It's just like everything that I have witnessed on my journey to catch up, I could cry. Like, it's sad. Like, everything about what happened in episode, let's say, 8, 9, and even 10, there's so much sadness bundled up in the 86 anime that it just, like, it really was what I thought it was when I did my first impressions many weeks ago. Talking about how, like, I get that iron-blooded orphan vibes from Gundam. You know, my first Gundam I ever watched. The series that really opened the door up for me to really give stuff like this a chance. And, like, when I started 86, I felt it. I definitely felt the heavy emotional vibes that were weighing on my shoulder while watching, while I was watching this. And I was like, this is going to really, really hurt my heart. And even though I knew, like, I knew I was going to get emotional. I knew I was going to get sad, cry, etc. I watched, and episode 9, it, like, this scene right here hits me so freaking hard. Like, yo, I'm tearing up just, like, thinking about that scene, just because it's so poetic, it's beautiful, and it's also sad and happy. It's like a whole range of emotions around that scene of just seeing our main female character rushing and basically crying. It's like, please don't go and all that. And just when they say, you know, we're going on ahead, Major, it's just like everything about that scene is so freaking good. It is skilled level writing. Like, it is 10 out of 10 level writing to do something like that. And I'll talk about all the messages and themes in a second. Just, I gotta get my emotions off my chest. And obviously, that was an emotional episode. There was a lot to really just take from that, with what the Major did, to what Shin had to go through with his brother, Anju, and all that, and, you know, everyone else backing up Shin to be able to get, you know, his brother and take him down for good. And then also episode 10 with Fido, which, oh my god, that one hit too. Like, yo, what is with the robot suffering in this season of anime? Like, we have Vivi, and then we have this. It's like, it's non-stop robot suffering. Like, seriously, it really is. And it's like, what happened to Fido at the end of the latest episode? I was just, that's not right, man. It's not right. And I thought, you know, another character was gonna die. Like, I thought it may be Anju or someone, and I was emotionally prepping myself. Like, I was emotionally prepping myself for seeing one of our characters die in the recordings. But then, at the end of the recordings, you see Fido just laying there on fire, and then you see some form of artillery hit him, and it's over. And I'm just like, really? Like, you're gonna do that to Fido? You're going to kill this guy? Like, you're gonna kill him like that? It's just like, it's not right. It's just like, oh my god. Like, I started bawling at that scene, and it was like back to back. Like, I was watching this late last night. Like, I decided to just get up. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna catch up to 86, and I want to do a video today, and that's what I did. And, oh my god, I was not ready. I was not ready at late o'clock at night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, just like watching something like 86. I was just like, it's too late at night to be getting this emotional and crying for this series. Holy shit. Okay, so, let's just talk about it. So, the Major, 86, just everything about this, like, that final scene, which, from episode 9, I want to talk about, and why I said it's sad and happy. It's happy because, obviously, Spearhead, everyone that follows Shin right there that is still alive to this day, they're able to be free, finally. They technically finished their final mission that was supposed to kill them, so technically they're free. And so they move off the grid of District 86, and they cancel their comms. They are no longer connected with whatever is going on in the Republic. And everything about that scene is emotional because they finally get that freedom. They get that freedom that they've been fighting for a very, very long time. The freedom that they thought they would never be able to get. Because everything we learned from episode 8 and 7, and we found out that, it's impossible for the 86 to ever actually be done with their service. Because once their time ticks off, they're supposed to die, which is what Spearhead was all about. It was basically a suicide mission to try to get, rid of them completely. And when we see just the gravity of the situation, it's emotional how they probably never thought they would ever be free, but they managed to actually be free in that moment. And a lot of their connections and all that, they're finally done. They can move on. And when they cross that threshold into the unknown, into an area that, obviously the Republic has no idea about, it's emotional because this is the last time that they'll probably ever be able to communicate with, their handler, the Major. And it's sad because she has to say goodbye, and they have to say goodbye to her. But at the same time, it's like, from her perspective, this is the only time in her entire life she's probably ever had someone that actually, she could call friends. People that she could really relate with and understand to such an emotional level. And when they cross that threshold and they're gone, she's been left behind. She is left behind in an entire country that she despises. Every individual person around her she hates to the very core, and she does not want to, be there anymore. It's very clear by just her emotions, the way she reacts. She's just really disgusted and done with everything that she's had to go through throughout the country. Like, why does she want to fight for this country that's done all these despicable things to the 86? And just like everything about it is emotional because she is left behind now, and she has no escape, really. So I wonder what's going to happen with that, especially the repercussions of everything that happened in episode 9. I mean, launching the artillery strikes to using, the vision, like, comm or whatever, to be able to actually see through one of their eyes, and then she's going to go blind in one eye, apparently. I'm very curious about everything. Like, I wonder how much trouble she's going to get into because of what she did. She might actually be exiled, something I talked about in my first impressions. Episode 9 it hits hard, and it basically implies that Shin and his group, they're going off to die. Like, even though they're free, technically this is their end. Like, they're saying, like, oh, we'll see you up ahead and all that, basically saying, like, we'll see you when you finally die, we'll meet in the afterlife or something. That's kind of what that entire message felt like to me, especially with the flowers that are very reminiscent of Tokyo Ghoul. It literally had the same flowers, the same type of flowers and symbolism that Tokyo Ghoul does. And if I know anything about that type of stuff, is that those flowers usually represent death itself. So it's just like everything about the scene kind of was like the characters are about to die. They're going into the unknown now, and they're probably going to all die, and the Major is going to be left behind. It just 86, man. What a series. Like, what a freaking show. What an anime, honestly. And then episode 10 is like that one, that what happened to Fido? Like, I want to talk about that. So most of the episode is very uplifting, happy even, and obviously I felt the calm before the storm, because it's like, it's too happy, especially after everything that happened in episode 9 and 8 and all that. I was like, this feels like an illusion. It feels like, something bad is gonna happen in the grand scheme of things. I was waiting for it, and it didn't really come until literally the very, very end, and it was so shocking by the way it was done. I did not expect it to be done like that, but it was a very happy episode. And then you start seeing the recordings of Fido kind of, looking at the journey that Shin and everyone that's been with him has kind of been on. Like, everyone that's died. We got all of their final moments. We got to see their voice, their name, their face, etc. And, this was kind of cataloged. Basically, if, the Major, their handler was ever to find Fido, they would be able to actually look at the records, and she would be able to see all their faces, be able to fully visualize how they look like. But when the scene started going on, you see the flames surround Fido, and we know the rest. He dies. And it's like the memory of just everything is gone. All those recordings and all of that are gone. There is nothing left. And so there's no way for, anyone to potentially actually ever recover what they look like because there's no recordings of them. And it hits home. But then there's even more thrown in. The final scenes of Fido, which is very quick and you can easily miss it, there's a scene that shows a young Shin looking at apparently Fido. And it doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it in context, because it's like you see Shin's brother there, you see Shin, and then you even see, the Major's friend. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, this is before the 86 were really exiled outside the walls of the Republic, so it's like, what's going on here? And it leads you to believe that Fido is actually a human or a dog. You don't really know. It's left into, I guess, uncertainty. We don't really know. The one thing you can get from it is that the brain of a living being was put into Fido and trapped in that robot. So everything that we've been seeing going on with the Legion was happening also with Fido, and that really hits. It's just like, that maybe that's why, Shin was able to understand him to such a degree. It was like in our face the entire time. So that one was shocking, and I did not expect that. I do wonder who Fido really was, a dog or a person that was in Shin's life at a very young age. But just one other thing I do want to mention, though, is that apparently there was a lot of anime original in episode 9 and 10, and from what I'm hearing from the light novel readers, like original source readers of 86, is that they went above and beyond what the light novels were. For instance, there was so many scenes added so much more character and development to so many things that people were absolutely blown away. I mean, I know I was blown away, and I'm an anime only. I have no idea what the original source is, but just seeing what people are saying, it makes me very happy to see the love and passion that is put into this anime series, to know now that apparently the running scene with the Major at the end of episode 9, apparently that was mostly anime original, and she was supposed to be sitting at the desk just crying. Like, that's crazy to me. I cannot imagine. Just like, whoever really was in charge and directing episode 9, 10, and all that, they really love this series to go above and beyond for something like that. That's crazy to me. And then also, apparently, episode 10 was mostly anime original, which is just crazy too, because it's like, it adds so much development to the characters and this little happy moment for them to really relax and have some taste of freedom before probably things, go to crap. But, I wanted to talk about 86. It was a good catch-up binge watch, and jeez, I cried so hard. Hopefully all of you enjoyed my video. Sorry I got emotional and all that. Just wanted to talk about it. But, be safe, guys. If you, enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. It does help me out a lot. And also hit that bell icon to add on for all notifications if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video. But with that, guys, be safe. Chibi out.